Welcome to the MagHub training videos. In this video, we're going to go over creating an order, a basic order. So the first thing we're going to do in creating a basic order is typically we're already either at the company page or we're going to go from the sales menu. So there's really two ways that people will go about starting the new menu or the new sale. Is they'll go to create new order underneath the sales option, or they'll come over here to search contacts as though they're already in a company. And I'll be in Southcom B2B in this example. I can do perform an action and do create new order right here. I can also be underneath pending orders tab, and I can hit add new order. That'll bring me to the new order screen right here. By default, if I'm at a company, it'll put the company name in here. If I do it from sales and do create new order, you'll have to type in the company name. If there's a parent company associated, put that in here. If there's an agency that's been associated with the company, select that agency. When you select the agency, you have to select to allow the agency discount of 15%. By unchecking that, you're removing the agency discount of 15% that's automatically applied. In this example, I'm just going to leave the agency off this account. Over here to the right-hand side, you select your primary contact, the primary print artwork contact, your digital artwork contact, as well as your primary billing contact. So you can change these to whomever they should be listed here. Hit save and continue. Whoops. Hit save and continue. Now you'll be on to step 2 of forecasting and additional information. Now, as we've already seen how to go ahead and add in an opportunity for our forecast, we would select that from here underneath opportunities, and those named opportunities would then appear here that you could then select or unselect to add to your order. You can go ahead and leave the sold date as the date you're putting the order in the system. You do not have to put in an estimated close date or a pipeline amount. You can just leave this alone and leave this alone and hit save and continue. Now we're at what I'd refer to as the meat and potatoes of your order entry. This is where you're going to select whether you're selling a print, digital, or service sale. The print sale is for any print items, and you can have print and digital on the same order. So the first thing, if I sold something print for this company, I would hit the plus symbol. This will pop open a screen that will allow me to then enter in the print order. So I'll choose my publication that I sold this for. I will then have to choose the correct rate card that appears, as well as any categories, if there's multiple categories selected. So that's where we created that company earlier on. That's where the category comes into play. I will then choose my ad size of half page vertical, for example, in this scenario. I can then also choose which GL class I would like to use. So if it's going to be a display ad, I would just check display ad. If it's a house ad or a sponsorship or a classified, you would select the appropriate GL class for the general ledger on how that will be tied on the back end. Any ad separation, if there's supposed to be a certain ad separation, you can put that in here. Color by default is set to CMYK. Right now we're going to go ahead and ignore the grouping. We'll come to that later on. And there's no sections that are available. If you do have a specific section and they are available, you can select those from a drop-down list. Next are your placement notes. These are for internal reference only. These will not display on the order, but they will display on the production ticket that goes to the production team. Ad notes. These are for the individual ad item, so for this half page vertical, that will display on the order itself. Just putting something in there. If this is an ad pickup, you can put pickup in here. If there's a unique web URL, you can put that in here as well if needed. Over here to the right-hand side is where you pick your issues. So if they're buying it from multiple issues, you can select those issues here. You do not have to put a start and end issue up here for anything in print. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the September-October issue. I can then choose my frequency. As you'll notice, when I selected that ad size, it populated a price over here of a gross of $41.60 with a net of $41.60. As I change the frequency model here from 1 to 4 times, it all of a sudden drops that net down to $38.15. I can then go ahead and hit save. Now here I have my item for $3,815. Now if I would like to go ahead and add in a digital item now, I can. I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus symbol next to digital, select my publication, masstransitmag.com. I'm going to select my rate card. I still have to select my category. I'm then going to select my ad size, GL class that's associated with that ad size. This is going to be a web banner ad. You'll notice those GL classes did update based on the digital items that are being sold. Placement, if that's appropriate, it'll be available to you. If it's supposed to be in a certain channel on the website, you can select that channel here. Once again, we're going to ignore grouping in this one. Placement notes and ad notes that can be displayed on the line item. The frequency for this is CPM. If you sell at a CPF rate for your digital, you would simply select CPF. This group does not, they sell by CPM, so I will go ahead and select that. You have your additional details that are still available to you down here at the bottom. However, the main difference between print and digital, or one of them, is that you have a start run and end date that you have to select. So when this item will specifically start, since they can start really at any time, unlike print. So I can choose June 19, and I can select then when that'll end. By default, it'll pick each one of those month issues that it's going to run in. This will then create an order total of 50,000 units for each month at $3,750. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. I can see my total down here at the bottom. I can see what each total was here for this whole order. So that $3,000 is broken out by each month. So I have my $7,565. I can hit save and continue if everything looks accurate. Put any notes that I want to put for the order here. So these will display on the order as well. If there's a PO number that's associated, you can put that here. It can be, it's alphanumeric, so you can put anything you want in here. If there's a credit card that's associated on record, you can select that. ACH account, we're currently not using those, so you can leave that alone. And you can set up monthly, quarterly installments as needed right here by clicking this. We're going to ignore that for this training video. If there's special billing, you have to select yes. That'll make these internal comments required. These are internal for the billing team only. Maybe they need 2 special installments or something that's special outside of the norm. You can put that information here. Maybe they're going to be paying on net 60 terms, something along those lines that you've already negotiated. I'm going to choose no in this example and hit save and continue. I'm now on the review and send section. I have to select my template from the list of available templates in the system. I'm going to go ahead and choose my mass transit contract. I'll see the option to display the signature name over here to the right. That's the name at the bottom of this contract for Neil Daniels. If I unselect that, when I go to send this out, Neil Daniels' name will not be available or be seen. If it's going to multiple people, you'd want to remove that. Now down here at the very bottom, I have the ability to save the order or save and send a pending order. I'm going to go ahead and choose save and send the pending order.